Well, here's the deal. We've basically got half our lineup with freshmen, and we have this ping pong thing going in January. Yeah, we're tired, we're frustrated, we're up against some tough teams, but we're also trying to teach the freshmen, and the upperclassmen have this anxiety that the freshmen, they have so many freshmen, it's not just one, it's three in every lineup, that if they have a bad warm-up, these guys try to do too much, and when these guys then perform, and these guys do too much, and then don't perform well. And we've been bouncing back and forth. It seemed like we settled that down tonight. This is the first night I felt like they warmed up and competed at this. They looked the same, so they looked more predictable. But you have to learn in phases. We have to get this before we get that. And I was only worried about us. I think the team finally was only worried about us tonight. And if we can do that and get that solved, then we get to move to the next stage. Look, Gracie was not supposed to go in for 2 more weeks. Morgan Lee wasn't supposed to go in for 2 more weeks. But we had to make changes, and I felt it paid off for both. Morgan Lee is going to be nervous as heck when she goes in. There's just no doubt about it. And I'd like to have protected her, but I told her, I'm sorry, I can't protect you. You're going to take the hardest spot in the lineup because we changed the rotation late. And we just wanted to be safe with Darian. She's got a little foot thing going on, and we just don't want to push it. So I was actually very encouraged that they're frustrated, but they're motivated in the right direction.
Was Darian, did that come in another event earlier?
It's something that we've been dealing with periodically all year. I mean, she had a dip in January, and then it got better as we managed it. Well, I think we overpushed it a little bit, and that's part of the problem is when we don't have exhibition routines, we don't get to work other people in, and then the same people have to go night after night after night. That's where we are, and we've got to go again next week. So when we went 48-1 on beam, I figured, okay, well, we got to try somebody else, and Morgan Lee drew the short straw.
Right. Yes.
You talked about different phases. How would you describe the phase you guys are in right now?
You know, I think we masked our problems when we came out early, and we beat Alabama and then almost beat LSU, and we didn't address some of the issues. A young team started to believe they were that good, but they actually had issues. The issues then popped up the next 2 weeks, and they surprised themselves and got frustrated because they thought they were really good. So I think this is where I was hoping we'd be. I just didn't want to have to go through this road. But look, in this league, in the SEC, you don't go up against these teams and compete at a high level, typically with half your lineup being freshmen and half your lineup being, people who are trying to overachieve. So I'm happy with where we are. Now that doesn't mean I'm not frustrated with them, but it's fixable frustration now.
You gave the team a good amount of rest leading up to this meet. Is that the plan again leading up to Arkansas?
No, I mean, it's obvious our gymnastics wasn't great tonight, and that's the danger. We practice 1.5 days in a week, and gymnastics isn't something you take. You can rest and get your energy back, but you actually get really rusty about the little things, and that's what showed. We paid the price. We were safe tonight. We actually looked like we had a little bit more energy. We're going in the right direction, but we paid for the rust. So no, we can't do that again. We gotta assume they're going in the right direction on energy, and then we gotta crank into the technical stuff a little bit more. So.
Do you take anything away from them going up against a team like Florida, or do you think that ball was pretty good?
Yeah, no, Florida wasn't our competition tonight, and we're not there yet. I think this team's good enough long term to be there, and I've been working with the coaching staff. We have to maintain a long term focus. This is not a quick fix. These are not they're not prepared right now to compete consistently at this level, but they're getting there. And what I like is that the stuff that we're leaving on the table, it's all fixable stuff. I mean, look, that's a floor lineup without Darian, and without Skylar. Skylar's got to get her toe back to where it's actually able to jump off of, and Darian, if her foot heals up, now we have depth. Now, if somebody has a bad night, I can put somebody in because we've put Morgan Lee in, we've put moved Cassie around. I think we're in a pretty good spot.
What do you want to see from the team this week going forward?
we gotta change our mindset. We've gotta embrace that, we gotta use the frustration. You know, we gotta embrace the fact that we gotta get a little bit better, but I think they finally believe they're good, and that's why they're frustrated now. Where before, they didn't have any idea, they doubted whether they were good. So it's easier to coach a team that believes they can be good.